Hey, my name is Colin Biggs. I'm the owner of Records Relics here in Cork City on Lancaster Quay. We sell vintage clothing, vinyl records, small antique knickknacks. And today we're going to talk a little bit about vintage clothing in particular. Our main customers I would consider to be students, tourists and local Corkonian, mostly young people I suppose between the 18 and 30, 32 kind of bracket. So every year we would normally be part of the Reuse Week and a fashion show. This year obviously because of the restrictions we can't do that. So we're going to dress a few mannequins and we're going to go and talk a bit about the styles and what's going on this year within the vintage fashions. Okay, so what we're looking at here I would consider to be a predominantly 1980s look. I like to call it kind of cowboy chic or cowboy boho, whatever you like to call it. I've got a collection of Wrangler shirts that have just came in. They're from the 1980s. They're the beautiful kind of wing-collared. They've got a bit of pop studding on the buttons. Some are striped, some are not. But I've dressed this one in particular, white shirt with pink and black stripes. I've dressed it with an original 1980s tasseled jacket, again called cowboy jacket. I think it looks good over the white and pink. And I've got a blue and white neckerchief or bandana, if you will. I would, if I was to dress this with trousers, I would guess I would dress it with some kind of classic Levi or Wrangler fit jeans, maybe some Lee jeans. The second look we've got today is again a kind of an 80s predominantly, kind of what I would call like a ravey kind of look. We've got a floral or a shirt, 80s shirt, under a blue and white waistcoat with some embroidery on it. We've paired that up with a lovely vintage Lee jacket, and we've added a vintage corduroy Champion Sports bucket hat just on the top of it, just for that kind of like, kind of student about town kind of thing. And maybe this is a cool look for parties, for house parties. This would have been a brilliant look for festivals had we had them this year. And we've got a vintage Aztec bag, kind of a backpack there, just to kind of set this off. Continuing with our kind of 80s student look, 80s, 90s student look, this one I kind of would think would kind of lean towards the 90s. What I've done is I've got a batch of sweatshirts, mostly black and blue, and I've bleached them. So a couple of nights ago, this sweatshirt would have literally just been a black sweatshirt. So I've tied it up, I've bleached it, and it's come out with this beautiful black kind of orangey effect that's kind of really on trend at the minute. This is again would be something that would have sold out if we'd have had festivals this year. It's really on trend, and I've just simply paired it with a black corduroy Champion Sports vintage sports hat, pretty well, just for that look. Continuing with, I guess, more vintage denim, ripped jeans, runners, Dr. Martens. That's the look, and that's what we sell.